Well, after watching a close game against Chicago the other night, a nail biter at most, had you on the edge of your seat, little different tonight against the Wiz. A team we needed to beat, a team that's ahead of us in the standings, a team we easily could have handled tonight, but it didn't happen. Sixers look flat out there, completely drained, I think, of energy. They were horrible on the defensive end. They were not hitting their shots. They couldn't hit a broadside of a barn. I mean, it was bad. My eyes were bleeding. That's how bad this team played tonight. And I'm not going to throw this all on the players. I'm going to throw Brett Brown in there, too. I think he did a horrible job at coaching tonight. I mean, good God. When you're down almost 23 points, when is it when you're going to interject some energy? I mean, really, Brett. I thought Rashawn Holmes should have been put in there not only to give the team some energy, to mix up the lineup a bit, but defensively he could really help us out there. He's a guy that's going to run rim to rim. He's going to play really good defense. He can block shots. He can really good in the up-tempo game. He can go up for alley-oops. He can dunk. He's just a high-energy guy. Kind of like what T.J. McConnell does, Booker, those type of players. Embiid put the team on his back tonight. I thought he played really well at one point. He played, I don't know the exact numbers, but he played all the third, and then I think like 4 minutes into the fourth, he almost collapsed at one point. And then he got that 2-minute break. He really did put the team on his back. He did everything he could. Ben Simmons had a quiet game tonight, even though he had 16, 8, and 8. It wasn't the Ben we saw from last night and the night before that against Chicago. J.J. Redick played terrible. He couldn't hit a broadside of a barn, 2 from 8 from downtown. The only one sheer thing with Embiid, even though he had a decent game, or a pretty good game, 25 points, was the turnovers. And this happens to him from time to time. If there is an Achilles heel to his game, it's that he turns the ball over a lot. He had cut down on the turnovers, but tonight he just, can you blame the guy? He was doing almost everything out there. Saric, I thought he played decent on the defensive end. Not too great, but shooting-wise, he was 5 for 17, 2 from 7 from downtown. It looks like he had no lift. Most of the Sixers just looked like they had no energy. They were just completely drained out there. I get it. They did play a game last night, but it's not like they were traveling from the West Coast and they got in at like 4 in the morning, guys. I mean, they arrived, at 10:50 last night in Washington, D.C.? It's like 3 hours away. He just got out-coached. Brett Brown did. I thought when they were down a lot, just to mix it up, you want to throw some energy out there. Change up the lineup, something to turn your fortune around. Turn the team around, something to drive it up. Covington I didn't see for a while either. He's one of our better defenders, and you took him out of there. So it makes me scratch my head sometimes. Brett Brown, too, last night when we were up big, it got a little hairy there towards the end of that game, too, because he took Simmons out and Embiid with like 6 minutes to go almost. It's not like this game was well in hand. We've seen, with our starters out there, lose a 20-point lead. So I don't know what he was doing there. I think Brett's still trying to learn the training wheels here of coaching, because that made me really nervous when he did that last night. And tonight, when we had close to 2 minutes left, he basically just laid down and gave up. And I didn't like that at all. I don't know if you guys really got perturbed by that, but I was pissed. I don't think you should have took him out. Embiid shouldn't have been out there. That was fine, but there's no reason Simmons should not have been out there. I get it. We have a game Tuesday against the Heat, but it's that game was somewhat close. We could have made a run, made it closer, put some defense. You just don't want to lay down and be like that and say, okay, we'll go get on the next game. Nah. I've seen teams come back from that. We were only down 11 points. So I was pretty pissed about Brett doing that. It was bad. Bellinelli didn't play so good tonight. Our bench total got outscored by... I'm trying to think. The Wizards bench, I think they put up 34 or something. They killed us in assists. They had great ball movement, and now they're 9-3 without John Wall. So they play really, really good without John Wall, but the ball movement tonight was just dirty, dude. Completely nasty. They had the Sixers running around looking like the chicken with their head cut off. I mean, they could not catch up to them. The perimeter defense was atrocious tonight. They were having wide open threes. I don't know if you guys see why I wanted to get Otto Porter in free agency last year. The guy put a great game in tonight, 23 points. Bradley Beal always does great against us. He killed us, 24. Kelly Oubre has been a really up-and-coming player for the Wizards. So not having John Wall out there is okay because they have an up-and-coming star, I think, in Kelly Oubre. Guy rebounds. He hit 4-7 threes tonight. Plays good defense. It's good and up-tempo. But this is a team that I don't think we would struggle with if we had our A game on, and we just didn't. They just kind of laid down. The energy was just flat, not out there. Not the team that has gotten to the 7 wins up until this point. The defense was flat. They just looked so lethargic out there. And, you know, okay, get it's a back-to-back, but it's not like we were traveling all the way out west. And I blame this a lot on Brett, too. He always, a lot of the times, has the same rotation out there. He doesn't mix it up. Now that we have Ersan Ilyasova, it's not really going to put us over the top. I think this is going to be a good signing. It's going to beef up that bench. Yeah, he's another power forward. We have a ton of guys that are 6'10" now. It's a little backed up there at the power forward position. How are you going to play all these guys? But I think Illy can play the small forward. Maybe you rotate him in there with Sarge. But it's a guy that played really well here before he got traded to Atlanta for them 2 second-round picks and Tiago Splitter. He plays great with JoJo, as we've seen before. You got to have a power forward that's going to be able to stretch. And he shoots a higher percentage to 3 than Dario does. He's going to give you high energy. He's only 30 now. He's turning 31 in May. But he rebounds. He can hit the 3. He's a stretch 4. So this is going to be great for our bench to give it a little bit more scoring. So it doesn't matter that he is a power forward. We're going to fit him in there somewhere. The Hawks just keep giving us gifts, so maybe if they want to send us another one, that would be okay too. They're pretty much done. They're wrapping it up. They're putting in the tanking mode now, like they should have done. But adding Ilyasova is going to give us some more points because other than Bellinelli, who scored 10 points tonight, you know, I think Rashawn Holm maybe had 4 or 5. Amir Johnson took up 12 minutes. That was wasted. I don't even know why he was out there. We saw how well Rashawn Holmes played last night. Why not interject him into the offense again? Put him into the lineup, Brett. What are you doing? Stop giving minutes to old man Amir Johnson. It would have worked out perfectly tonight with a rotation with Embiid in there. I don't know what he has against Rashawn. I don't know what it is, but the kid is a really good player. He's a diamond in the rough, and he should get more playing time. He's paid his dues. He's never complained. Sat there and comes in and does great work, crashing the boards, blocking shots, running up and down the court. So I hope this is a wake-up call for Brett to get him in there a lot more. And I know by bringing Ilyasova over, we're not going to be able to cut Amir Johnson. He's not going to be the player that we do cut. Who is going to be cut? I'm still questioning that. Is it going to be... It's probably not going to be Justin Anderson. Does Korkmaz get sent over to the G League? Does Egghead get cut? That would be great, but we need guards. TLC, you'd like to see him go, but we need guards. It's just we have such a plethora of power forward. Guys that are 6'10". We might be one of the biggest teams in the NBA. But this is going to beef up our team. A little shot in the arm off the bench. I wish Ely would get here before the Heat game, but we probably won't realistically see him until we play Charlotte on Friday or possibly Cleveland on Thursday. I'd really like to have him for the Cleveland game, so let's get him in there, sign him up, do whatever they have to do to rush him in there and get him in some game time because we're going to need it after watching them tonight. And this was bound to happen. We were on a good winning streak. You know, Flyers and the Sixers have won 17. They were like 17-0-1 since the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So I know a loss was bound to happen, but we did not need that loss to happen tonight. I would have been fine if we lost to like Charlotte or what have you, or even Chicago. you know, because we needed that win against the freaking Wizards to climb up the standings a little bit more, knock them down. This is a potential team we could see in the playoffs in the first round. Uh, like I had previously said, I think this is a team that we could easily beat. They don't really scare me that much, even though the showing they put on tonight, they do pass the ball well. But realistically, if Embiid was able to get on the block, consistently get down there, we were at the line a ton. It's just they killed us on defensive rebounds, and they murdered us on second chance points. Or not second chance points, I'm sorry. Points off turnovers. They had 31 points off of 16 turnovers. They executed their plays. They were able to score in bunches. They had 19 turnovers, but we only put in 17 points. That's not going to get it done. 31 off of 16, that's getting it done. 38 rebounds on the glass, that's getting it done defensively. And we're usually a team that doesn't struggle rebounding the basketball. We're really usually on top of that. It's just Embiid got in foul trouble early, so he really had to change his defensive game plan a lot, which sucks, and that's why I thought, hey, you get Embiid out there and Rashawn Holmes, you got 2 shot blockers, so if Embiid does get pulled off out of the paint, you at least have Rashawn Holmes back there backing you up. But I guess he must have had a brain fart, Brett Brown. Well, not sure. Didn't like what he did last night, didn't like what he did tonight, and I hope things change, Brett, because I've been a huge supporter of you since you've gotten to this team. We only had 2 timeouts remaining, too. That was another problem. I thought he was just kind of wasting them away tonight. But maybe Brett Brown was a little tired from the travel all the way down to D.C. But we got handed it to us tonight. It wasn't at home. And it's tough to win on the road. It definitely is. And we struggled down in D.C. Now we're 0-8 going down there. It just sucks to lose to them when they don't have one of their superstars in John Wall, and this is just a hurtful loss. I really wanted this one tonight. I wanted to beat them, get one step closer to climbing up the rankings, because we also have teams clipping at our heels still. It's a tight race between 4 and 8. It's all within a couple games right there. So we could easily go from, we were at 6 before this game, so we could easily jump from 6 to 4 within a 2-game span. It's a really, really tight-knit race. We need to come back firing out. We play Miami Tuesday. Been fun playing these guys, so we got to get down there. Embiid, he's going to rest. I would love to see him back-to-back. I thought his stamina has really, really increased over the past couple months, which I wanted to see because a lot of the times we've seen Embiid struggle, fumble the ball around. When he gets really tired, he turns the ball over on silly mistakes. Because he tries to do everything. I mean, he just puts his whole heart and everything into that game. And he did what he could. Just wasn't enough firepower. It's just our problem. It just, defensively, is what has brought us to all these wins, and we just did not do it tonight. It looked like the beginning of the season, where we were struggling a little bit. We were playing off sync. We weren't playing in sync tonight. They just moved the ball beautifully. The Wizards play like we've been playing the past few months. Kudos to them, though. They're a good team, 9-3. I just wanted this win tonight. But hopefully things turn around against the Miami Heat. I don't know how you guys thought. Do you think it was Brett Brown that lost tonight, or it was just the lack of energy, lack of defense, and us shooting 36% from the field? Really, really hurt us. They shot 48% from downtown, and they were hitting everything. They could have had their eyes closed and knocked down shots. It's been killer, kind of like Chicago. They were just knocking down everything. Everything. God, it was pissing me off so much. But we're going to be going on the road, too, so this is a home stretch where we got to be coming down to. We've got that one home game against Charlotte. But, we got to go to Miami, then we got to go to Cleveland, and we got 26 games left, or 25, I think, after tonight. So we got to lock it down. We can't just lay off the pedal now. We got to put the pedal to the metal and just keep driving it down the throat, playing hard each night. We don't want to limp into the playoffs. We want to keep that freaking foot on the pedal and just keep driving, guys. We just got to do it. Eight seed's not good enough. It's just not good enough. We want to go in there. We've had doubters. We've had haters. You just keep that fuel on the fire right there. You got to keep going. So we will see what happens Tuesday. I hope Ben Simmons gets a little bit more aggressive like we saw him against Chicago. That was a great game for him, dude. Love it. If he was playing like that, he easily would have made the All-Star game, and he'd be running away with Rookie of the Year. That's the Ben we need to see. I want to see him take a little bit more jumpers, but it's all right. Still got 16, 8, and 8. So close to getting another triple-double. 109-94 loss. Hurt, guys. Hurts losing like that. If it was close like that Chicago game, I would have taken it a lot better. But we will see. All right, guys. Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. Game on Tuesday. Let's look forward. We don't want to see a flat Sixers team. Brett Brown, get your shit together. Stop using the same lineups. We haven't seen Egghead out there, which is great. We don't have freaking TLC out there much. Let's get Rashawn Holmes a little bit more playing time. Let's give this kid some love. Please. Energy. Defense. Up-tempo player. We want to see some oops. We want to see some Sports Center. We want to see some top 10 plays. All right? Let's get it done. All right. I'm out. Peace.